Talk of the Town. I have Missy Luick here, who is part of organizing the housing committee here on the island, and I think it's such an important initiative. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And today we're going to talk about what the initiative is. I mean, one of the big things in our island is employment and housing for our employees, correct?
That's correct.
And the government here in Hilton Head Island is putting an initiative together to form this committee. We want to figure some things out, correct?
That's correct. So Town Council adopted the Finding Home Workforce Housing Framework last November. And one of the critical first steps that was identified in that approved plan was to create a Housing Action Committee. So last month, in May, Council agreed to form that committee. So right now we're seeking applicants from various backgrounds to serve on that committee, and they would be the sounding board to implement, housing programs and policies and initiatives. They would be looking to really set the direction for the housing program, and would be reviewing like the housing action plan that would be created and reviewed by this committee.
Right, exactly. I think the community also, we really want it to be diverse. I mean, you're looking for, lawyers and bankers and bookkeepers to builders to everybody who has a business into this on this island. We need their thoughts because everybody has a different experience, correct? So with that initiative, how do they reach out to you? Go to the website and say, this is what I want to do?
Yes, if anyone is interested in applying for the Housing Action Committee, there's an application on our boards and committees section of the website.
Okay.
And for the Housing Action Committee, we're looking for experience and general expertise in banking or affordable housing, general home building, certainly workforce housing advocates, maybe somebody from the philanthropic community as well. So some of those, a real estate background would also be a potential candidate that we'd be looking for.
So this is June. So as we're looking for a timeline, do you think you want to see if we can put this together within a month's time?
Yes, we're looking to get applicants in the queue for review so that we can have council review those applicants.
And is there a size for a committee are we thinking of?
Up to 11 members.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited for this because I know it's been a hot ticket for us for a long time, and now I'd love to see the initiative, and that's one thing about what we do. The other thing I have a question is, how can we help? What can the community do for you?
Well, certainly as part of the workforce housing framework, there's one of the pillars called the community pillar, and certainly as policies and programs and initiatives roll out, as part of our interaction with the community, we need to continue to have community support for housing initiatives and understanding of what the housing needs are on the island, and being able to review those proposals and advocate for their policy adoption.
So when we talk about housing needs, I mean, our concerns is that we don't have enough housing, right? We just don't have enough vacancy available. Is that part one? Part two is because of that, we're not able to have the employees that we want on the island. Is that sort of like a domino effect? Is that sort of what's...
It's housing costs threaded into that too, but yes, there's low inventory, and market rate prices are incredibly high. And then just the inventory of properties that are available for rent are dwindling. So the supply and demand component to the housing problem that we face is certainly part of the equation.
I know we were just talking about repurposing buildings.
Correct.
We have a lot of those here that are sort of had done their time correctly, and they're 30 years old. They need to be, I don't know if they can be taken down, gutted, repurposed somehow, and those are things that the community will talk about as well.
Certainly, yeah. And we currently have a commercial conversion workforce housing program that is adopted, and so that is something that is current policy in place.
I'm always amazed at what we're doing here. I mean, we have a great team at the town of Hilton Head Island, and I'm just delighted to see what else we can do. And this is going to be put together in 1 month's time, and then after that, this initiative is going to be out, lay it out for the next year or two type of thing, a program?
Sure. So we're establishing a workforce housing program within the town. We're actually seeking to hire a workforce housing program manager as well that would staff the program and would wake up every morning thinking about how to solve our housing issues on the island. So it's a strong commitment on the town's behalf to implement housing from a programmatic standpoint, but also from dedicated personnel And so this action committee would have direct interaction with that new program manager and would be focused on, finding solutions.
Well, that's perfectly said. Thank you, Missy.
Thank you.
And this is Talk of the Town.